All right, so get ready to dive into some seriously deep waters today.
Yeah.
You asked for the lowdown on Pisces. Pisces romantic compatibility.
Mm.
And let me tell you, this source we dug up,
Yeah.
it did not disappoint. We're
Uh-huh.
talking double the Pisces, double the dreams.
Right.
But is it double the love? Let's find out.
You might think two Pisces would be a match made in astrological heaven.
All right.
And don't get me wrong, the potential for magic is there.
Okay.
But this source points out a fascinating paradox.
Okay.
It's like they can get so caught up in creating the idea of a perfect relationship that they stumble before ever really hitting the ground running.
It's like they're building this amazing castle in the clouds.
Yes.
But the minute they try to actually, live in it,
Yeah.
the whole thing risks collapsing.
Exactly. And to understand this, we have to look at Pisces' ruling planets. Dreamy Neptune and expansive Jupiter.
Okay.
Imagine Neptune as the ultimate romantic, always seeking an escape into a world of pure emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Now add Jupiter, which magnifies everything it touches. Okay.
In Pisces, this translates to an amplified yearning for a love that's larger than life.
So you're saying with two Pisces, you've basically got a double dose of this cosmic cocktail of grand romantic ideals.
Exactly.
No wonder the source talks about things getting tricky when it comes to intimacy.
Right.
It's not that they don't desire that closeness, right?
Right.
It's more like they're both hesitant to break the spell of this perfect fantasy they've built up.
That's where this delicate dance comes in, as the source calls it.
Okay.
Have you ever felt that instant connection with someone, that feeling of just getting each other?
Mm-hmm.
When a Pisces pair clicks, it can be like that, but dialed up to 10.
Wow.
The challenge lies in actually getting to that point.
Okay, so we're already seeing a theme here.
Yep.
Huge potential for connection,
Yes,
but also some serious built-in hurdles.
definitely.
And speaking of hurdles, let's talk about trust, because this source does not hold back.
Yeah.
It basically says Pisces can end up seeing their own flaws reflected back at them in their partner, which,
Wow.
ouch. It's almost like looking in a mirror, but instead of just your reflection,
Right.
you see all your insecurities staring back at you, magnified.
Wow.
This can make it incredibly challenging to truly trust and let their guard down completely.
So how do you even begin to navigate that? If you're constantly second-guessing yourself and seeing your perceived flaws in your partner,
Right.
it feels like a recipe for disaster.
The source stresses open communication as the key,
Okay.
which is interesting because, well, Pisces aren't exactly known for their clear-cut communication style, are they?
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. We can't talk about Pisces without addressing the elephant or maybe the goldfish in the room. Mercury's fallen Pisces.
Right.
For anyone scratching their heads right now, what does that actually mean in plain English?
Think of Mercury as the planet of logic and direct communication.
Okay.
It thrives on clarity and getting straight to the point. When a planet is in its fall in a sign, it means its energy doesn't flow as naturally. So with Mercury falling in Pisces, those clear communication channels can get a little muddled.
It's not that Pisces are trying to be confusing. It's just that their emotions run so deep that they color everything,
Yeah.
especially their words.
It's like they're speaking two different languages, even when they're using the same words.
Right.
And as you can imagine, that dynamic gets amplified when you have two Pisces trying to navigate those emotional depths together.
Yeah.
The source even warns that this communication breakdown can lead to this feeling of living separate lives,
Wow.
even when they're physically together.
Wow. That's kind of a heartbreaking thought.
Yeah.
But, it also makes me think about how important it is for Pisces,
Right?
especially in a Pisces pairing,
Yeah.
to find those healthy outlets for all that emotional energy.
Absolutely. Because, let's not forget, Pisces are also incredibly creative and compassionate souls. This source actually uses the phrase love multiplied to describe their potential for connection. And when you think about it, it makes sense. This is the sign that exalts Venus, the planet of love and beauty.
So it's like, navigating the depths of a Pisces relationship can get complicated.
Yeah.
But when it works, it really works.
The source describes their emotional connection as something other signs can only dream of,
Wow.
filled with tenderness and a deep, almost psychic understanding.
Okay.
But at the same time, it does make you wonder,
Yeah.
are they both giving each other what they actually need in a relationship?
Right.
Or just what they think the other person wants?
It's like, are they falling into this pattern of mirroring each other's desires instead of actually communicating their own needs and expectations?
It's a really important question to consider,
Right.
and it speaks to this larger theme of self-awareness that's crucial for any Pisces pairing,
Okay.
which actually brings us to another intriguing point from the source about shared values.
Okay, let's unpack this. So Pisces is all about authenticity, right? Finding a partner who appreciates their unique, dreamy essence.
Mhm.
But the source suggests that, ironically, being so similar can actually lead to conflict when it comes to values.
It's not that their core values are necessarily different.
Okay.
Both Pisces value creativity, compassion, emotional depth.
Okay.
The challenge is that because they're so tuned into each other, they can trigger each other's insecurities.
It's like they're holding up a mirror, but instead of just seeing their own reflection,
Right,
they're also seeing how those same flaws might play out in a partner.
exactly. And that can be scary. It's not so much about disagreeing on values, but rather having different priorities or ways of expressing those values.
Okay.
It's those subtle differences that can create unexpected friction.
So if two Pisces are constantly triggering each other's insecurities, how do they break free from that cycle?
That's where open and honest communication becomes absolutely vital. It's about finding that balance between honoring their shared dream world and grounding their relationship in reality.
Okay.
And that actually brings us to our final point from the source. Shared activities.
Okay. I'm really curious to see where this goes, because so far we've been navigating some pretty intense emotional territory. What does the source have to say about how two Pisces handle the day-to-day of being in a relationship?
Well,
Yeah.
the source paints a rather chaotic picture of two dreamy Pisces trying to coordinate anything practical.
Right.
Think missed connections, getting lost on the way to dates,
Wow.
maybe even showing up on the wrong day.
It's like a rom-com waiting to happen,
Hmm.
although it's maybe not the kind with a happy ending.
Perhaps not. The source stresses that for a Pisces pair to thrive,
Yeah.
they need more than just shared dreams and fantasies. They need
Right.
those grounding experiences to anchor their connection to the real world. Otherwise, they risk drifting apart, lost in their own little worlds.
So even though this source emphasizes that deep emotional connection, it sounds like finding those every points of connection is just as crucial for Pisces couples.
Absolutely. It's about finding ways to weave their inner world of dreams and emotions into the fabric of their daily lives together.
Which leads us to the million-dollar question, the one I'm sure you're waiting for. Does a Pisces-Pisces relationship actually have what it takes to go the distance?
That's the thing about astrology. It can offer incredible insights, but it can't predict the future of any one relationship. This deep dive wasn't about giving you a yes or no answer. It's about equipping you with the knowledge to figure that out for yourself.
Because ultimately, every relationship is unique, right? But this source doesn't leave us hanging completely. It offers one final thought-provoking point. It highlights physical connection as a powerful grounding force for Pisces-Pisces couples, but it also challenges us to ask ourselves if that idea truly resonates.
It's about recognizing that what works for one couple might not work for another. What feels grounding and fulfilling to one person might feel stifling to someone else.
It's like the source is encouraging us to go beyond those general astrological interpretations and really tune into our own needs and desires and those of our partner.
Exactly. Because the most important compatibility isn't written in the stars. It's the kind you cultivate and create together day after day.
And on that note, we're going to leave you with that final thought to ponder. Does the idea of physical connection being a grounding force resonate with you? Or do you envision other elements like shared values, intellectual connection, or common goals as being equally or even more important in your own life?
Food for thought as you navigate those magical, sometimes murky depths of Pisces compatibility. And remember, no matter what your birth chart says, the most fulfilling relationships are those built on a foundation of open communication, mutual understanding, and a shared vision for the future.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That's a wrap on our deep dive into the fascinating world of Pisces romance. We hope you surface with some valuable insights and maybe even a new perspective. Until next time, happy stargazing.